to my voice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adamu, for that beautiful presentation. Please, can I see some love? Show some love, my people from Nigeria, Zim, Ghana, Cameroon, India, Canada. Please, do you have any question for Adamu? Any questions? Any questions? Okay, I see some.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Please, my question goes thus.
All right, go on with your question, please.
Okay, right on.
Hello.
Yeah, right on.
Please, hello.
Yeah, we're
Hello.
getting you. Right on your question.
So please, my question goes thus. From what my brother from Nigeria just lectured about as youth, as young leaders, we need to start from somewhere. We don't need to like be in a certain capacity or be in a certain level before we can gain that before we can gain that leadership authority. So I wish you, what if you find yourself in a society where like you are trying to engage young people in something impactful, something of beneficial to them, and because of your size or because of let me say your age range, they don't follow to what they don't reason with you, they don't see into what you are saying because of your age, whereas what you are trying to give to them, or what you are trying to make them understand is something impactful. In this case, how can we handle this situation, sir? Thank you
Uh,
so much.
Ibrahim, did you get the question?
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful question. I think I can get some part of what he said, despite the fact the voice was actually echoing. If I could get your question clearly, you mentioned in a situation whereby you actually want to lead as a leader. So you find yourself in a community whereby you want to lead as a person, but either the community doesn't actually value the input you bring in as a leader. So if you followed my presentation accurately, I said as a leader, you cannot do it alone. This is where partnership actually comes in. Yes, that is actually a challenge, but when you mingle yourself with others, because leadership, you see, you cannot lead alone. Yeah, you can't do everything alone. You can't just come up with something that, okay, you want to be a leader. No, it is not done alone. And that is the reason why I said there are people who have experience on the road. So when you tend to reach out to these people, okay, these are the challenges that you're facing, they have a very upper hand to guide you. I don't know if that answers your question.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much for listening. Question, please.
I think somewhere Olia, is it Olia?
All
Somewhere.
right, please, you can go ahead with your question.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Adam. So, thank you so much for the presentation on resilience. Actually, I have a question prior to the initial session on global opportunities and volunteering, and this one resilience. Sometimes, as a young person, you get an opportunity, and let me say it is a global opportunity, and sometimes you can have sessions online. Maybe you can have in-person meeting, and actually sometimes you still have that feeling that you are not in this room. I'm trying to talk about imposter syndrome. So as a leader, how can we be resilient so that we can overcome this?
Yes, leadership is not something that is easy, to be honest. It's not something that is easy. So as a young leader, like I've said, definitely you will be faced with one challenges or the other. So let me just share a very short story that is going to inspire the minds of young people out there. You see, I grew up in a community where individuals are behind in terms of opportunities. If I can tell you today that most of the opportunities I got today were through social media. In fact, I was in a community, I was surrounded with people when it comes to opportunities, like when I told them, hey bro, this is a good opportunity. Come on, let's meet up together. They see it as if the opportunity isn't something that is relevant to them. There are people whom, to be sincerely speaking, when you reach to a particular level, you understand, they never see how you actually suffer to get to that level. You know, all they see is the success, but behind the struggles, they didn't see it. So all I can say here is, if at all you're building as a leader and particularly you come up in a particular community where things are not going fine for you, the best advice I can give here is for you to change your location. Yes, building a resilient leader as a person does not stand in one location. You have to change the location. In fact, keep changing location continuously. Because if you stand at one place as a leader, then you, you are not ready to explore. Because as a leader, you don't stand in one place, you must explore. That is how you build the resilience in you. And that is how you overcome the challenges you are facing. I don't know if that answers your question.
Please.
Yes, actually, thank you so much. The answer, but I was asking, like,
Okay.
if like for me, like initially, I got an opportunity,
Okay.
and that's the first global opportunity that I've got. And sometimes when you're in the conference room and people are speaking ideas you have never had, people are
Okay.
presenting projects you have never been exposed to. Sometimes you
Okay.
feel like you're inferior and you're not to their level. And that thing actually kills your confidence as a leader. And I think without resilience, we cannot easily overcome it. So I was asking, what are some strategies we young people can easily put in place so that we overcome imposter syndrome in case we are accepted into opportunities that we think we can never accept it to?
Yes, as a leader, getting opportunities, even if it looks as if somebody is ahead of you, always embrace the fact that where you are actually making impact. You understand? So when you embrace the point where you are, you're actually building this great level to always make impact. But the more you compare yourself to others, that is when you start to look as if you're not doing enough. In fact, if at all you're to look at the position where somebody actually are today, if the person will tell you, this is the struggles I face, you will never believe it. That is why, as a young leader, as you are coming, you don't have to look at how far a person have gone, but how well you are going to take a very humorous step to go to where you are going. This is very, very important. So resilience here is that you have to keep going gradually to reach your potentials. It's it's something very imperative that you are going to get to your designated location if you move bit by bit. Are we together?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you so much. So for you to reach a particular level, you have to go gradually. You don't rush to meet a designated position. Forget how far somebody has gone. With time, you are going to reach it. Thank you.
Okay, guys, I would like to just share something so quick. Can we just give only one question to the speaker? Then maybe the other questions we'll write in the group chat or something because time is not our best friend.
Very,
Let me
very.
hope this helps.
Yeah, very, very true. Thank you very much. Okay, so go to our next presenter. Please, all the questions you have, kindly type them in the group chat. All your questions. We will address them after this when we are done. All the questions, kindly type them in the group chat. Okay, so go to our next presenter. Give me a minute. I want to set up the Google Meet section. Okay. Please, can you guys hear me? Please, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay, great. So our next presenter is a wonderful lady, very knowledgeous, from Cameroon. She's from the Southwest region, and she'll be talking on from passion to action, building young initiative, which is something that will help each and every one of us here as young people to start up initiatives from our passions, what you're most passionate about, to leading a global initiative or leading impact in your community. This lady is a founder of an organization, and she has been on this organization for a very long time. We should talk about that in a few seconds from now. So I'd like you to show some love for Dulandzev Melvis from Cameroon. My Cameroonian, let me some reaction. Show some love for Melvis in the chats. Show some love for Melvis. My friends from Cameroon, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Ghana. Show some love for amazing speaker. Okay, so the floor is yours, Melvis.
Thank you so much, Mr. Inares. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Good evening to everyone. I really appreciate the possibility of being here. I appreciate the opportunity. Dulandzev Melvis Berinyuy. A current master's student studying biochemistry in the University of Abui. So I'll be sharing with us from passion to action how you can actually build initiative from your passions. Okay, so I'll go right ahead with my presentation.
Melvis, please, can you wait? Give me a minute. Let me share.
Okay,
please give me a minute. Let me so share it in the Google Meet. The Google Meet, guys.
Okay.
Just. Okay, please write down. Melvis, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Mr. Analyst, please can you go to the next slide?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so for you to build an initiative, the first thing you need to identify your passion. And the first thing you should ask yourself is, what is that one social issue in your community that you're so passionate about? What is that one thing in your community that if you are given all the money in the world to change, or that thing in the world, if you are given all the money in the world to change, what is that one initiative that you're going to change? Or what is that one big change that you're going to bring in your community? Like, whenever you're walking on the streets, what breaks your heart? Do you see like poor people at the streets and you're like, okay, I want to bring a change such that no poor person will be left on the streets anymore? Do you see like maybe there are a lot of plastics being littered around and you're like, I want to bring a change in the aspect of maybe water pollution or plastic pollution? Or what is that thing that makes you angry? Like, what is that makes you angry when you see it being done wrong around you? What is that thing that gives you hope? When you look at that thing, you're like, no, I believe this thing can be better tomorrow. Those are your passions. And it is not sufficient for you to be passions, but you need to work on that passion to be able to bring a change for it. Like, for instance, as Mr. Inarais rightly said, I am the owner of Youth Impact Group. And what I noticed before I began with this initiative was the fact that there are a lot of students who go through the university education, and when they come out of this university, there are a lot of challenges they face that they go through like in the university itself, and there are also a lot of challenges that they face when it comes to maybe communication when they move to sites, job sites and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, so how can I bring a change in my community because of this problem? There are a lot of people who hear about volunteerism when they have gotten their undergraduate already. Why not bring this initiative when these students just get into the university? So that is from where I brought up the aspect of Youth Impact Group. That was where my passion grew from. I did not love seeing the fact that students who actually come out of the university and When you talk about CV, a student cannot clearly tell you what a CV is. When you talk about a statement of purpose, they cannot tell you clearly what a statement of purpose is, or they cannot write it for themselves. So that was my cry, like that was what I noticed, and it brought about the youth impact group. Next slide, please. Okay, so the first thing for you to turn that passion into an initiative is for you to map the problem. So we have a question here. I'll just pose a question, please. You can send in your answer in the chat box while I explain the problem. So if we want to stop plastic pollution, for instance, which is the most effective act we can take, is it first of all beach cleanup, or it is policy change, or an alternative packaging? Please choose your answer A, B, or C, and you send it in the chat box. Okay, so the problem tree now has to address what the problem is actually. Okay, you've noticed that let's say for instance
Melvis, we can't hear you.
Good evening. I think we'll take option B for policy change.
Please let's kindly type our answers in the comment in the chat while we're waiting on her. I think she has some issues with.
okay, this Melvis is here. I don't know what has happened to my phone, but it keeps going round. Okay, so I'll just continue through this phone, please. Just stay with me. Okay, so as I was saying, the problem tree addresses the root problem. You have noticed in your community that there are a lot of poor people. But what is actually causing that poverty in your community? The first thing about the tree is that we have branches. The branches here stand for the consequences. The consequence that you're noticing is that there is a lot of, like, people are walking on the streets, they have no food to eat. But then what is the main problem, which is the trunk? The main problem here is that maybe these people are not planting crops, or maybe there is limited food resources in the community, and then the root cause or the roots is the main cause of this problem. Maybe these roots can be due to the fact that there is deforestation. There has led to global warming, and maybe the yield of crops is not as much as it was supposed to be. So if you go ahead to deal with the consequence, which is poverty, yes, you can buy bags of rice and bring to these people, but after a month, after a year, those bags of rice will get finished. So you have not actually solved that problem. So you must begin solving these problems from the very cause, like from the roots itself, which is by stopping global warming, first of all, which is going to lead to better yields, and consequently we'll have a better community where people are well fed. Okay, so for the question, if your answer was B or C, then you got it correctly. Beach cleanup, you're just dealing with the consequences. The main problem here is not about cleaning that beach. You have to deal with alternative packaging. First of all, you need to change the packaging that you're using for food, because as long as you keep throwing wrappings around, definitely you still continue having dirt all around your beaches. So first of all, you need to change the packaging, and you also need to change the policies around these beaches. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so after you've identified the main problem, you need to work with a plan, and your plan has to be smart. First of all, you need to be specific. Let's say, for instance, in this place, our example still is you want to help poor people. Be specific about your help. In what aspect do you want to help these poor people? Is it in the aspect of food? Is it in the aspect of dresses? Is it in what aspect? Like, just be specific. How many poor people do you want to help? You need to be specific. You cannot come and tell me that you want to help all the poor people in the whole world. No, it is not possible. You need to be specific. I want to help the poor people in my country. Maybe in my village, you start, for instance, in your village before you move to your country and then out of your country. You cannot just get up one day and you're like, okay, I want to help all the poor people in the whole world. It is not possible that way. So your goal, first of all, needs to be specific. Then it should be measurable. How can you be able to tell that, okay, I have actually helped these people? You should not come and help people and after 1 month or so, they come back to the same problem. That means you have not actually helped them. So you should have a way that you can be able to ensure that whatever thing you're doing for these people, there is a progress in it. Then it should be achievable. Just like I said in the previous part, you cannot say that you want to feed all the entire world, all the people, the poor people in the entire world. It's not possible. So your goal should be achievable. Maybe you want to start with helping 10 people in your locality. That is specific. That is measurable. You can be able to tell how many people you have helped. In maybe you help 5 people. That at least you have measured it already. And then it should also be relevant. Does your goal actually align with what those people need? Yes, you have seen that these people are poor and they are at the roadside, but is bringing food actually what they need? You should not bring food to a locality that needs water. You should not bring clothes to a locality that needs food. So you should make sure that whatever thing you're doing, it is relevant to the people that you're dealing with. And then it should be time bound. Any dream that does not have time related to it is, you're just playing. So you need to tell yourself, okay, before 2026, I have to help 5 people. Before 2026, these are the number of people that I need to help in my locality, and so on and so forth. So you should put a time bound to it. Okay. Next slide. Okay, so when you're done setting all of this, the next thing is you need to look for a team. As they always say, if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, go with people. So if you want to go fast and finish your dream in 1 year, yes, you can go alone. But if you want that dream to last for a very long time, like for years to come, then definitely you need a team. And for your team, you need 3 main people. First of all, the visionary. The visionary is the big picture thinker. That is you, the person having that dream. That person must be there to keep the organization going. Secondly, you need the doer. That is the person that pays attention to like he pays attention to all the details and will bring the like he'll bring into accomplishment all the goals that you guys have set for that organization. And lastly, you need the storyteller. There are some people that they can be visionary, but they don't know how to translate this vision very well to other people in such a way that they can get funding and other stuff. So you need, first of all, you need someone who can easily translate your message to the entire public. Because one thing about your dream is it's not about having your dream, it's about saying it to the right people and saying it in the right way, because the way you convince someone will determine if your dream will move forward or not. So you need that dream. But after saying all of these things, yes, it was sounding very nice, but then we have some obstacles that you definitely face on the way. And some of these obstacles will be like lack of funding, burnout, no's from stakeholders, we have limited resource and low engagement. So definitely all of these things will always be there. But as long as you have the vision, as long as you have the right team to move with, your dream will definitely come to pass. So one of the ways that we can be able to handle these obstacles. So in our next slide, please. So for us to handle these obstacles, first of all, you need to look for funding, especially when it concerns finances. So if you're facing a problem of finances, you should look for funding. And for people to be able to fund you, you need to present yourself in a way that will actually it's going to encourage them to fund your dream. So the first thing is you need to introduce yourself. This elevator pitch, it indicates that you use 1 minute and you explain to someone who you are and what you do and get that person's attention. Like when you get to conferences, you get to potential places that you can get people that can fund your initiative. You need to start first of all with the hook. Like, hello, I am Melvis. I'm the owner of this group, this, and that. And you present your problem to the person and also the solution that you're bringing in. It's not just about presenting the problem. You present your problem, you present the solution, and then you end with a call for action. Would you love to partner with us for us to bring this dream into accomplishment? Would you love to partner with us for maybe future endeavors and stuff like that? So you should be able to use these 4 steps to get the attention of the people that you need to fund your dream or for relevant partners in the future. Next slide, please. Okay, and now to ensure that your initiative is sustainable and scalable, the first thing you need to look for partnerships. So you should not just be an island. Try to partner with other people who have been there already. Try to partner with other organizations. As you always say, there are some people who have the ability that you need. There are people who need, they have the experience that you need. There are people who have that growth mindset, those skills that you need. So you should try to partner with those people. Don't only think you're omnipresent or you're the only person that can be able to run with that vision. Look for people that you can partner with that will help to bring that dream into accomplishment. And now for scaling, you should make sure that you have somebody that can continue with this dream if you are not there. If maybe you have traveled and gone somewhere, there should be someone who will stand there and the organization will keep on running smoothly. If, for instance, as life has it, you die tomorrow, there should be someone who will carry that name and it will keep lasting for years and years to come. So you should make sure that you ensure both partnership and you also ensure that there is someone to keep the organization going. Next slide, please. All right, so as we come to the conclusion of this presentation, you should take this action. So in the next 72 hours, I'm giving you all of you guys homework. You should sit for the next 24 hours and write down your mission statement. Think of that one thing that you want to change. Think of that one problem that you want to bring a change in, and think of how you want to bring that change to life. Then in the next 48 hours, you identify people in identify your friends, identify your classmates or your classmates, or maybe even people in your organization or people in your workplace that you can work together with these people so that you bring that dream into accomplishment. And don't only get to them, but make sure you also schedule your first meeting. And from your first meeting, you make sure you continue with that initiative. And conclusively, last slide, please. As a conclusion, don't wait for permission to lead or don't wait for permission to start. And the best way to predict your future is to create it. So you can begin bringing that passion that you have to life as from today. So make sure you don't only end at listening to these words, but you put everything that you have learned from this into play. Thank you all so much for your kind attention, and I look forward to your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation. Please let's show some love to our facilitator, Melvis. Thank you so much. Personally, I've learned a lot, and I could easily relate with what you were saying, because when I studied for Change Initiative, I just identified a problem in the community, I solved it, and we're in over 10 countries now. We are growing just from identifying a very small problem in the community. Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation. So we're taking just 2 questions.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Do you have a question? Kindly raise your hand. I think someone's hand has been up. Okay, Bright.
All right, thank you so much, Melvis. I really loved your presentation. I've learned a lot. So my question is, so what if your initiative or what you tend to solve is beyond you? For instance, you are stuck up in a rural environment, right? But then the dream you have is so wide that it can even benefit the continent as a whole. But then looking at where you are and the circumstances around you, you might not even have the necessary resources to implement your goals and all the dreams you have. So in such a situation like this, how do you go about it?
Okay, Mr. Barry, thank you so much for your question. It is always said if your dream does not scare you, that means you're not dreaming. So your dream should be able to scare you in a way that even you yourself you'll be afraid of that dream. So the first thing is, as I said, partnerships. You can partner with people, discuss this dream that you have with other people. You'll be shocked how many people also have a similar vision to bring that particular thing to life. So you should identify people in your community that are working with regards to that. And also you can just begin. As I said, you should take the action. Begin with your mission statement. Write down your mission statement. What is that thing that you want to do? Write it down on paper. Then identify those people that you can work together with them. You guys should just start up something and make sure you create maybe a social media page that will represent you, because this social media page will act like a portfolio, such that if you're asking, excuse me, if you're asking for funding from any organization, they can get to this page and they're like, okay, so these guys have been working already, meaning if we give them this funding, they'll do even more better things or higher things. So the first thing is just sit down, you write down, make sure the vision is clear, make sure the mission is clear, and get the relevant people to work with. And don't forget to partner in any organization or with bigger people in your society. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Melvis. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much, Melvis. We'll get the last question from the Google Meet. Since you've gotten one from the Zoom, we'll get one from Google Meet too. But kindly send your questions, type your questions in the chat. Okay, so on Google Meet, I saw a hand up. The person has sent me Tata Odila, do you have a question? Okay, so can we get on Zoom? I think the person's hand just went down. So on Zoom, let me see. Are you saying something, Tata Odila?
Yes, I said I just typed my question in the comment section.
Okay, let me check. Okay, her question goes thus. She said, my question is, what if you are willing and able to partner with other people, but they don't share the same vision with you? How do you go about that?
Okay, thank you for your question, Odilia. It first starts with people who share in your vision. So keep searching for those who actually run with that vision with you, because it is quite draining when you run with people in your organization who don't share the same vision with you. You see that you're doing majority of the work, and at a certain point you might even get angry at them that they are not working in accordance with that particular thing that you want them to do, or they are not working in accordance with the vision that you have. So first of all, it suffices for you to discuss with other people. Just discuss with other people. Not everybody will share in your vision. Even your friends, your closest friends might even be the ones to discourage you from that particular dream that you have. So go out of your circle. Don't just be limited to the people around you, your friends around you in school, your friends around you in the quarter, and all of that. Go out and attend programs that are relevant to that dream that you have. Attend seminars that are relevant, that have people who have gone ahead in that particular initiative, that have gone ahead in that particular field that you want to become great in. And from there, you can also get mentorship. That's one thing. If you find that your dream is very big and you don't know how to accomplish, get mentorship from people who have gone ahead of you. They'll definitely share with you the secrets that helped them to get to that point, and they will also help to bring the road quite faster. They will help to remove any obstacles from that route for you. So I advise you to change your circle of people that you're presenting this dream to, and go to places, environments that share a similar vision with you. Thank you so much.
Good evening once more, sir.
Yes, please.
Thank.
Do you have a question, Brandon?
Yes, sir. So please, I wish to to ask that if you are a young person and you are still schooling, then you have a young business which you are actually doing. Then now the point now here is that your relative, like your parents, they are against that business, they are against you doing something. They just want you just to focus on your education, just going to school. And with accounts and with recent conference which you are attending, believing that you need to start something from your university. You shouldn't wait till when you must have completed from school before you start thinking of something to do. That is, in order for you to start making or start building your foundation or start building your future, you need to start doing something from your university. But now when you have that initiative of doing something, like I actually had a fish business which I was running here in Cameroon, in the southwest region. But now my parents keep it against it, and now I've stopped it. So now the issue is, so now that I've stopped, is it after school that I'll come and start thinking about something doing? And those are one of the situations that you find most graduates saying that there's no job, start blaming their village people or their grandmother and grandfather. It's because during their university they weren't thinking of their future or what to do. But now when you have a situation of something to do, then your parents are taking against. And like as the Bible says, obey your father and your mother. So now in this case, now how should we do about this?
Okay, thank you so much for your question, Brandon. Maybe did you get the question?
Not quite well.
Okay,
Please,
so
can you give me a summary of the question?
okay, so in summary, I didn't get the question too well, but then I think he was basically asking, what do you do when your parents when they don't like what you're doing? Probably if you start a business or something like that, your parents are against it. And he also commented on the fact that most undergraduate students don't start something; they wait till when they are done with on their degree before they start doing probably something. I don't know if that was a comment or still a question too, but then his major question was on what do you do when your parents are against what you want. Then he was giving an example too.
Okay, thank you so much, Sainares. Okay, so the first thing I'll say is if okay, let me start with the Bible first. The Bible says we should obey our parents, right? But I have a little bit contrary point to that. Now, if we listen to our parents sometimes, that means we are going to end up. I'm not encouraging anybody to be disobedient. Please don't quote me wrongly. There are certain dreams that it will need you to resist almost everybody around you for you to be able to accomplish that dream. And at the end, those people will join you in celebrating when you have made it in that dream. So you should have no limitation when it comes to you pursuing your dreams, as long as you know that that is what you are supposed to do. You have that conviction within you, especially if you know that it's related to your purpose. You should not let anybody stop you. You should not let anything stop you. And for the undergraduate part, I began my volunteerism and also learning about most of these things when I joined the university in year one. Before I could finish my year three, I think I have about 13 certificates from volunteerism. So you entering level 200 or you entering your first year in the university should not be a limitation to you entering into volunteerism and all of that. So for those who they feel like their parents are a little bit limitation to them, please, I'll advise you to follow your parents' advice, but also know that you have a future to fulfill. And if you keep depending on your parents at times, you might end up not fulfilling some of those dreams. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Melvis. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to take many questions, but kindly type your questions in the comment section. The speakers are checking and they'll take them, and you'll probably send them either to your email or to the group the answers. We'll answer all your questions. Thank you so much. Please show some love for our facilitator before we move on to the next person. So next, before this, please we get just two questions per session. There's no time. We have approximately 32 minutes to go. So just two questions, one from Zoom, one from the Google Meet. Please, are we fine with that? Just two questions. Then the rest, send them in the comment section. Sorry, in the
Thank you so
chat.
much, Madam Melvis. I really do appreciate for the clarification. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, Brandon. Okay, so our next facilitator is an amazing speaker from South Sudan. Let me see my South Sudanese. Please, some reactions. South Sudanese. Okay, I see somewhere. All right. So our next facilitator will be talking on a topic that is very close to my heart, and he has some experience in this domain. He's a great guy, and he'll be talking on gender equality and youth advocacy. Gender equality and youth advocacy. Hope you have been writing a lot of notes, because our task for tomorrow will be to comment whatever you learned from this session, and probably your best session so far. And the facilitator, we just want to get the exciting things. So make sure you have a pen and a paper to write. I hope you had it before. Okay, so please let's welcome our facilitator, Abui Daniel, who will be talking on gender equality and youth advocacy. Please show some love for our facilitator. My people from Cameroon, Ghana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Canada, India, might get to the countries, Uganda. Okay, another countries, please. So the floor is yours, Daniel. Let me kindly share the screen for you.
All right. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate the love you have shown me. And before I begin my presentation,
Daniel,
let
please,
me know if I'm audible enough.
Please, can you give me a minute? Let me also share the screen with these guys in the Google Meet.
All right. I hope it is visible, right, to everyone. If it is visible, kindly let me know. Yeah, so that we move together. Thank you. Yeah, let me know if I'm also audible enough, so that I should not speak to myself. That is great, wonderful. Yeah, as my name appear, this is Daniel Abui, from South Sudan, but living in one of the amazing countries in Africa, that is Kenya. So I am here to present the theme of gender advocacy. As we all know, what equity means, as well as advocacy. I would not want to take a lot of time, as we are also competing with time. I would like to move to the next slide so that I may give a brief background. Yeah, so there we have seen women and girls deserve equal treatment like men and boys in society. And below is a description that say, I come from a community where many girls are intelligent, ambitious, and full of dreams. But their dreams are often interrupted, not because lack ability, but because they were born female. I have taught children, work with youth, and live in communities affected by conflict and poverty. And I have learned one powerful truth, that when we deny girls opportunity, we deny Africa progress. Today, I am not here to talk only about women, but justice, youth empowerment, and how the global youth can lead the movement for gender equity. Next slide, please. All right. What is gender equity and gender equality? What is youth advocacy? Gender equity is about fairness, dignity, and opportunities. It is also the fairness based on different needs and barriers. Gender equality, on the other hand, is treating everyone in the same way regardless of their gender. Youth advocacy is when young people speak up, organize, and act to influence attitudes, policies, and community behaviors. Maybe to make a comment here, in the present day where we are living in today, almost, if not all of us, experience unfairness to our sisters, our mothers, that is the female gender as a whole, whereby they are denied some of the opportunities that men normally dominate, and because they are female, their voices are being ignored. But today, I want to remind my audience, that is my fellow youth, that in Kenya, we had a lady, a courageous and an advocate for the women, and that is none other than Wangari Maathai. Yeah, that is one of the ladies in Kenya who fought to make Kenya a better place. In 1977, she formed a movement called the Green Belt Movement. Sorry. So with Green Belt Movement, she entrusted the role of tree planting to the rural women, where she focuses on forestation, water preservation, and also food security. And her role was really impactful to the women in Kenya. Today, if at all we give the female the opportunity to lead, I believe Africa can be a better continent the way we are living than the way we are in today. Next slide, please. Next slide. Am I really audible? I'm asking for the next slide, please. All right, as we are waiting for the next slide to come, I am here also reminding us to be the advocates for the youth, the weak, the orphans, as we are doing with the Youth for Change initiative. If we, the African youth, organize and come together, we shall be able to make a more conducive environment for all. African realities youth must confront. Education. Through education, we can support girls dropping out due to poverty, early marriage, pregnancy, and conflict, among others. As I mentioned earlier on, that I am one of individuals who came from a community. Someone speaking?
Please let me mute the person.
As I mentioned earlier on, that I'm one of the people who come from a community where male gender dominates, or what we call male chauvinism society. But today, we want to avoid the archaic tradition that women has no opportunity to learn. It is time for us to rise and shine and to advocate for our sisters to ensure that they also pursue their dreams like any other member of the society. Health. Menstrual health is taken through the Empower Her initiative, which is connected to the Youth for Change initiative. We can promote maternal health risk. As we know, young girls or our sisters who are experiencing or who are entering adolescent age are some of them, due to poverty, had no way or had no person to lean on. But if we come together, support the Empower Her initiative, we can be able to ensure they are safe, they are healthy, and they also must go to school to learn. Because others could miss school because they don't have the parts to help them or to protect them. Economic life. Young men face higher unemployment. What can we do to ensure that women and girls are also involved in employment opportunities? Can we also advocate for them so that they have the opportunities the male gender has? I hope we can do so. Less access to capital skills and leadership spaces. Social norm. We must also fight for the gender-based violence. And it is just today that I found one of the traumatizing picture of a woman who has been hit on her head, and the blood was just flowing. Simply, they had a disagreement with her husband. Can we also advocate for the women? Next slide, please. Why youth advocacy is critical. Through youth empowerment initiatives like the Youth for Change, we can shape the African culture and identity. We can influence our peers positively, especially the current and upcoming generation. But this can only be achieved through collaboration and collective responsibility. We can lead campaigns against child marriage. We, the future innovators, can bring hope to those who had given up in life. We can be agents of peace in war-affected countries in Africa and beyond. The message is, if youth stay silent, injustice grows, but if we act, societies get transformed. Next slide, please. Practical action for youth, for African youth. At personal level, you as an individual, what can we do to make our society a better place? Respect and protect one another. That is key, regardless of our background. Share knowledge to transform lives where necessary. The knowledge you have gained, remember, you gain it for the sake of the needy, those who need to education. Have the opportunity and have the time to share whatever you have. At the school or at community level, we have to strive to study youth or gender clubs, organize dialogues and debates, support girls' education through mentorship programs, youth art, sport, and music for advocacy. At leadership level, we must engage the local leaders and inform them about what we as the youth are advocating for. Next slide, please. Closing remarks. As African youth, we are not victims of circumstance. We are architects of change. Let us build a generation where opportunity is not determined by gender, but by potential. Challenge yourself. What do you intend to do to your society and beyond? What interested or impacted you to pursue it? What or who impacted you to remain optimistic amidst obstacles? The last slide will be room for maybe questions and answers. Otherwise, thank you for being attentive to my presentation. I really appreciate, and I welcome you in case you have any question. Welcome all.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Daniel from South Sudan. Thank you very much, and I hope we learned a lot and we wrote a lot down. Please show some love for our facilitator from South Sudan, Daniel, and to some reactions. Amazing. So take two questions, one from the Zoom and one from Google Meet. So we start from Zoom. Let me check. Okay, is it Catbirds? I hope I'm pronouncing the name well. Catbirds. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sure. Write on your question.
Thank you so much. Good evening to everyone and hello to everyone. So going straight to my question. As a young person who wants to help or being the voice of the voiceless in supporting the girls and the young girls and women. So you find yourself in a situation where you don't have resources to do the needful. Do you have to wait for a certain time or period until you have your resources? In the process, you're growing old. Or does the Youth for Change initiative help when you reach out? That's my question. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much, Cuthbert. I really appreciate. And as the saying goes that time and tide wait for no man, is the same thing that I can say that there is no perfect opportunity for you that you are waiting to begin maybe pursuing your dreams or your interest. What I would advise is that wherever you are the voice for the voice. And in order for you to advocate for such, you must seek inquiries or inquire from the authority, the similar groups, or you can reach out to initiatives that are fighting for the gender equity either in your own country or in Africa, or even the Youth for Change can chip in where necessary. You don't have to wait for that perfect moment to come so that you begin your own. Your resources are in your mind, on your tongue, and your energy. That is what I can say so far. Thank you for your question.
Please, can we have one last question? We're having an issue with the
do we have
Google
another
Meet.
question, please?
So I have a question.
Sure, right on. Okay.
Hi, thank you, Mugobi. So Daniel for the presentation. So I wish to ask with regards to gender equality. Basically,
I am waiting
from
for
my own perspective,
maybe a question to be presented so that I can answer
I'm very
You know
Okay,
the
sorry.
Daniel.
I'm sorry. Someone was
Hello,
Yes,
please
speaking
can you
from
hear me?
the Google Meet.
yes, I can hear you.
Sure.
Right, that was a very beautiful presentation. Thank you so much. Um, so on your topic on gender equality, you made mention of women most of the time, which I actually agree because most of the time the women are left out in most of the opportunities. But then I also want to say that the men are also left out in certain things. Not until a few weeks ago, I haven't really heard, especially let's take sexual abuse for example. I haven't really heard a case where a man or a young child has been defiled or has been put through some situation or trauma and effective justice has been taken care of. So is it because most of the time it's because we are deemed to be men and we are supposed to take all these things and the boy child is not necessarily engaged and involved because all the attention is being given to the ladies. So now I want to ask, so with what you said right now, how do you think you, because with the lady you listed out how best we can include the ladies, right? So now I want to ask, so how then do we look at the young boys also? How then do we include them? Right? Is this how do we break this cultural barrier if that is what it is? How then do we include the young men who are also overlooked in this in certain aspects as well, and not just looking at the women? Since it's gender equality, we are bringing both genders at par. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Bright. I really appreciate your question, and yeah, it is actually my fault that I have forgotten my gender. That is the male gender, and it is true that currently the male gender of the boy child is being abandoned, and too much concentration is on girls and women. It is because in most cases they are the majority, I can say they are vulnerable, and in most cases they are being affected. But it is also our right as youth not to forget the boy child, not to leave them behind, because most of them now are suffering because they are male, and nobody is giving attention to them. So actually, as youth, kindly let us also shift in and support both boy child as well as the girl child. So maybe the opportunities might not be actually 50-50 or equal, but at least the boy child should also be remembered.
Okay. Thank you very much, Daniel, for the answer.
All right, thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you very much, Daniel, for the answer, and I hope
You're welcome, Bright.
Yeah. So, any other question, kindly add them to the chat space. Please, we can't answer our questions now. There's no time. We need to get our last facilitator on board.
Sorry,
So,
come on.
yeah, we are done. Please, kindly send your questions to the chat section. Just type your questions to the chat over there.
It is like Wavena is talking, or
no, please.
are the two questions enough so that we move to the next? So
Yeah, the two questions are enough.
Maybe you can
The two questions are enough, please.
let me know.
Can you hear me? Please, the two questions are enough. We are moving to our next facilitator.
All right. Thank you so much. Yeah, for those who ask questions, maybe kindly send them, and we shall have time to answer. All right, go ahead.
Sure, thank you. Okay, so kindly send your questions to the chat. Okay, so our next facilitator is an amazing lady. She's from South Sudan too, and she'll be talking on youth leadership beyond borders, building global partners for change. She has an experience in this domain, and she'll be giving us a detailed presentation on this topic. She's from South Sudan, but she's not currently in South Sudan, and she'll be telling us a little bit, a brief something about herself, where she is, and then she'll write down her presentation. She has an amazing presentation, and personally, I look forward to learning a lot from her. She's our final presenter for tonight, and I'm so excited that we've gotten a lot of presenters, a lot of great stuffs, and I hope you guys have been writing stuffs, because tomorrow your task will just be to comment what you've learned from today's presentation. So hope you have something to write, something to say, and something to comment. Keep your questions in the chat section, because our facilitators will definitely answer them shortly. Thank you so much, Daniel, and the floor is yours. Naomi City, can you hear me? Please kindly show some love for our facilitator, Naomi City from South Sudan. Kindly show some love for our facilitators. Please, the floor is yours. Can you hear me? Hi, Naomi. Are you there? Please, can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, please, we can.
Okay,
but
sure.
It's not stable.
It's not stable. Oh, so sorry about that. Naomi, please, the floor is yours. Thank you so much. Please, are we there? Please, can you guys hear me?
Yes, please, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Sure, we're very sorry for that. I'm reaching out to the facilitator. She has some issues with her network. So. Oh, in the meantime, please, you can ask your questions. Any questions for any of our facilitators? They are still available. While you are trying to get. Okay, I think she's ready now. Okay. Beautiful. Hi, Naomi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Beautiful. The floor is yours. Okay. Please give me.
Good evening, everyone.
Please
I hope you all can hear me.
Yes, please, you can hear you.
Okay. So, my name is Siti. Naomi City, and I am South Sudanese, but I'm currently studying at UWC Maastricht in the Netherlands. I am doing the IB Career Leadership Program, doing leadership sustainability as a core component and ecological sustainability as along with it. So today I'll be discussing youth leadership beyond borders, building global partnership for change. First of all, we need to understand what youth-led change is all about. I love this quote by Mandela that says that the children of today are the leaders of tomorrow. Let us prepare them and not protect them from the truth. Now, if we're to look at youth-led change, it's very different from the kind of change that people in like the, let's say, millennial era like bring in. We have change that is innovative, where we're using technology to solve global issues, using our creativity and all that. And we as youth love to drive action. Like when we crave something, we really want to make sure that the policies that will better that thing are in place. And youth also focus on changes that are long term and not something that's just going to look at what today has in store for us, but something that will, bring change even tomorrow, because we know we're not dying today, we're living till tomorrow, and would want to see what that change that we're implementing today will bring tomorrow. So next I'd like us to look at why global partnership really matters. When we're looking at change, it shouldn't be something that we do alone. We need to have, people across the globe that we can share our ideas with, because when something is implemented in one place and it's driven to all places, then that's when we can actually know that we've made change. Look at Inas, for example, when he started the Youth for Change initiative, introducing it all across Africa and, bringing it to my country, South Sudan, is something that I truly appreciate, and that's something that I look at as a change. And global challenges need partnership. We cannot fight problems and challenges alone. We need, shared ideas from places from other parts of the globe. We need youths to do movements around, because once youth stand up and start, global movements, and they're like, we do not want this, we cannot stand for this, we cannot have you ruining our future, practicing things that are destroying our climate, yet we're the ones going to live in it tomorrow. We cannot have that kind of activity going on. Then there is definitely like a voice that's raising, and the people that are maybe above us will have to listen when we start speaking up, and they'll have to take action and implement whatever will be for the better of our future. Quality of youth leadership is very different from what we had before. Youth leaders today are adaptable, they can change, they do not have a conserved mindset where they want things to go a certain way. If one way doesn't work, then we're definitely going to divert and go to another way, as long as we get to the point that we want to go to. And youth today are digitally fluent. We know how to use these AI tools, or at least can learn to use the AI tools to ensure that we implement them in ways that can better our future in terms of climate, in terms of, let's say, sharing ideas and inclusivity, equity, and advocacy. Youth leaders inspire innovation and community engagement. You can come up with a project or an idea, something to, involve other youths from around the world. And this is a way that we can provide opportunities, job opportunities for others that do not have the quick access to any of it. excuse me, youth leadership influences global policies. As I said before, my leveraging digital platforms. Oh my god, I love my Instagram. There is a lot I get from my Instagram. There is a lot I share from my Instagram. I get like a lot of people are like, that's a waste of time and all that. But if you use your digital platforms for the right purpose, then you're going to be getting the right fruits from it. When you use your digital platforms to, let's say, find opportunities, let's say find free UN courses. How can I learn how to use AI to, create opportunities for people, to create opportunities for myself? Then we are using the digital platforms for the right way. Cross-cultural communication. I understand that today we do not have, the same cultural ideas, and that can be a barrier when it comes to creating connections for a change. But we need to understand that today we need to set aside our differences, be it beliefs, be it race, be it religion. We need to, first put some things aside and focus on what we want for the future. We need to collaborate with NGOs. For example, UN currently has free courses where you can take where you can take courses and learn about, let's say, climate change. You can learn about leadership, and then we can also use such kind of courses to, apply for volunteering opportunities where we can collaborate with youths from other places of the world, lead in those various initiatives that will creating change. Again, when I talk about collaborative project, I'll refer to Ines' project of Youth for Change. It's so beautiful. Honestly, I am so blessed to have, come across that. And Ines, you're doing a great job. Honestly, I would love to learn more from you. And then I would like to talk about the challenges that we have currently in the global collaboration. So challenges in global collaboration. As I said before, we have cultural differences where we do not agree on certain terms, and that's something that's limiting us and it's refusing us from going forward. And another hurdle, and I know this we've gone through because we have been trying to implement a project in South Sudan under Youth for Change initiative, but then we just can't find the funds to, implement the project and get the project going. So I understand that's something that we also, find really, really hard. And then the policy hurdles cause major challenges. Many countries have different policies. Let's say there are so many countries that do not allow youth to speak up, and yet we youth are the ones that hold the voice. We hold the change in our hands, but then the policies just do not let us go into that and then implement our change and all that. I am speaking because I know that South Sudan is like one of those countries. Sorry to say. And then building capacity. Youth leaders must develop skills in negotiation, cultural competency, and project management to succeed. We need to learn how to talk with other people. We need to learn how to discuss what we feel. We need to learn how to discuss what we know we can do, what change we know we can make, and we need to learn how to pitch our ideas to the people above us. Like if we youth leaders right now and we just do not know how to pass the message, then we are not going to be able to convince the people above us in implementing the change that we seek. And again, we need to learn to use our digital platforms wisely and correctly. All All right. So my call to action is that we need to build youth partnerships. We need to find ways to join youth systems, youth support systems. We need to find ways to join NGOs. I mean, like for example, you can even take part in our Model United Nations and know what it is like to participate in like decision makings, even though it's not what is actually there. That's the way we can build our voices into being able to talk to people that actually hold the real power. And for my closing, I would just like to inspire all of us that we all are change makers. We should not let I totally understand that our parents are conservative. They do not want us doing certain things. And they're like, please focus on your studies. And if you try to do anything else, then you're like, you're rebelling against them. You know, honestly, I'll come clean. My father is very conservative. He does not like me, breaching our way from studies. But then we need to understand when you get out of these studies in the real world, you're not going to be studying forever. You need to learn how these things work. You need to learn to speak as a leader. You need to learn to, collaborate with people. You need to learn to understand cultures. Get out of your comfort zone and go out there and do all those crazy stuff. Not crazy bad stuff, but like crazy stuff that will bring good change, that will, lift you up. I mean, our parents are they're wise, they're educated, they care about us, but let's try to understand that they do not know everything. Necessarily being, the African saying goes that I came before you, and that thing of even though you stood on a table, you wouldn't see what I see while standing down. Like, I understand, I respect our parents so much, I do, but we cannot keep living the way they did. Our world today is not the same as their world was, if you all understand what I'm saying. And I'm sorry, I think I got a bit out of what I was supposed to talk about, but after the presentation earlier, I felt like I needed to say it, otherwise I wasn't gonna get any other time. Thank you so much for listening to me.
Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation. Thank you so much. I think we'll just get 2 questions since we're running out of time. It's already 9 p. 12 minutes past 9 GMT. Let me, guys, show some love for our facilitators. Show some love for our facilitators. We'll get 2 questions or 1 question and we are done. Someone wants to ask any question. Any questions? Ibrahim, Adamu, your hand is up. Lorena, are you saying something?
Yeah. I have a question for
Please write down. Make it brief too, please. Thank you. Lauren, please, you're saying something.
Oh, yeah. Should I write it down? Okay, I can just...
No, write down. Go ahead with your question.
Okay.
You can unmute yourself. Hi, Lauren.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, we're listening.
Okay. I was asking, given that in this current science that we're living in, we have maybe these feelings of selfishness and stuff. You will find that a youth is putting their lives on the line just to fight for their rights and fight for democracy. So what could you tell a young person who has this spirit that is crouching in them, and they're like, what if I die in the demonstrations and whatever change that I'm fighting for, I won't benefit from it? So it's like a probability. If if I like make that bold step to work for change and really work for change to something nice, and it won't benefit me because I'll have like landed as the big sacrifice in the big picture. So, just a question to CP: what in that case, what would you tell Fataba?
Thank you so much, Lorraine, for that question. Okay, honestly, I do not believe in violent demonstrations, like demonstrations that involve violence. If you were living in a community of understanding people, then there are ways to demonstrate in a peaceful way and have our voice out there without hurting anyone and without, causing harm to anyone. So the suggestion I will give is that you should get involved in demonstrations that involve violence. Like, we can speak, but we should speak in an understanding way, like people that want to bring change and not like people that want to bring another wave of a world war or anything of that kind. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hope that answers your question.
Yep.
Okay, one last question and we're out of here. Any other question, Google Meet or the Zoom? Let me check the chats. Any question?
Hi.
Sure, right on.
Yeah, it's bright again. I really love the presentation. Thank you so much. To straight to my question, I just wanted to ask. So you were talking about partnership and all of that, but I really wanted to ask. It just dropped in my head. So, what if the person you want to partner with doesn't share the same view as you? Right? The person has to agree before it becomes a collaboration. What then do you do in such an instance? Thank you.
Thank you, Bright, for your question. One thing I would like to say is if you do not share the same values with somebody, there is no way totally you can collaborate with them. You will start, but it will never end well, and the results will never go well. It will just bring stress, and let's say even worse of, it will not end up the way you both wanted it. So the best thing to do is not to work with somebody that does not share the same value with you.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I forgot to chip in this. What if the person has the resources to support your view or what the goal you want to achieve? What if the person has what it takes and you really want to partner with the person, but the person doesn't agree with you and the person doesn't see the potential you have? That's where I'm coming from, please.
Oh, okay, now I get you. The person has the resources and need it so badly. So what I would say is be stubborn and change that person's mind. I mean, do anything that you can, pitch your voice, say anything, find a way, be stubborn, but do anything that will ensure that that person's mind is changed, or at least shift like closely to your values. There is a way you can definitely do that.
All right, thank you so much. That was really helpful.
One last question, please.
Okay, sure, right on. The very last one. Please write your questions in the chat. Please, your questions in the chat.
It's okay.
Please, you're waiting your questions. Send your questions in the chat before we end the session. Okay, while you're writing your questions in the chat, I'll just give a quick rundown of our day 2 tomorrow. Those who join using the Google link, please kindly endeavor to download the Zoom app, or you log in using your browser. It's far easier. Today I had to look for other means to connect you guys on the meeting, which is a little bit stressful, the echo and every other thing. But thank you so much for taking our time to join us. I'm so excited to have you all here. The number is very encouraging, And I hope to see you all here. Invite your friends, tell your friends about this great opportunity, and also kindly know that we are taking attendance, and only those who attend all the sessions will get the certificate of participation. And also know that it's an international certificate of participation. We have close to 20 countries around the world, speakers from different countries giving us their experience on whatever they are, the different topics. And I'm so excited that you guys are a part of this. Kindly send your questions to the chat, before we end the meeting. And just a quick one, Youth for Change Initiative is a youth-led organization which I started in 2023, and we basically have 6 main projects. The very first one is the Empower Her, where we distribute sanitary pads to young girls. We have education on menstruation. We address some misconceptions around menstruation, and we equally create a safe space for girls to discuss things around menstruation. We have the Green Future, where we plant trees. We teach young students how to plant trees, the importance of tree planting, and we create eco clubs in these different schools. We have a mentorship program where we link secondary school students to high school students to help them effectively navigate that bridge. We have the visit to elderly people, prison visit, and the visit to an orphanage. And I think that is all for now. We have the back to school campaign where we distribute books, basic school gadgets to vulnerable children in different schools. We help them in paying their tuition fee. That is that for Youth for Change Initiative. You can check us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And please kindly note that your task for tomorrow is just to comment on the post about today's activities, what you've learned, and what you look forward to learning tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. We are officially done. Thank you for day one. I'm so excited. I've learned a lot from our facilitator, and I hope to you've learned a lot, you've written a lot down. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye. Please kindly unmute your cameras. Let me take a group picture. Kindly unmute your cameras. I want to see the lovely faces. Thank you very much for unmuting. Thank you very much for unmuting. Okay. Kindly unmute. Some people are already sleeping, some people on their bed. Interesting. Okay. Please kindly unmute your cameras. Kindly unmute. Thank you so much. I'll call names. If I see your camera is muted, I'll call your name. I like the smiles. Please, you guys should smile. Say cheese. Okay, one last one. These guys are sleeping at this time. Hope you are safe. The guys on Google Meet, your cameras are muted. Please kindly unmute, please. Thank you very much. Through Mire, Zoran, Samikris. Okay. Thank you very much. We had a great time together. Please say goodbye to 5 people before leaving. So I need random noise. Just call 5 people and tell them goodbye or good night or good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're coming from. So please omit. I need to get the noise.
Good morning. Goodbye.
Good evening. Good night.
Goodness, bye. Matilda, bye. So you guys won't tell your host good night. This is interesting. Okay. Muma, bye. Make sure you say good night to 5 people before leaving. 5. I'm counting.
Good night. Bala, good night.
Good
Good night.
Good night, Abdul.
Good
Good night, Bright. Good night, Bright.
Conversation guys was amazing. And see ya.
I love you all. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Vagabond.
Good night, John.
Yeah, it's morning. Oh.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
morning, Odilia.
Good night,
Good
Alma.
night, Emmanuel.
Good night, Joseph. Good night, Tanyo.
Agaba John. Good night.
I mean, I like some of the names. Very interesting names. I'm seeing Ite P word. Please, kindly, tomorrow, please, your name should be. Just rename your this in your name in here, please. Tomorrow, kindly put your name there. I don't like the Ite iPhone. It's easier for us to identify you. Good night, Elsa.
Good night. Ezekiel. Good night.
Good
Good night,
night.
Charlie. Charlie. Good night, Asa.
Good night.
Good morning.
Please, why you guys are giving the good nights? Be leaving the meeting.
Good morning.
Yeah, come to Ghana. You enjoy Bangu.
I enjoy the morning.
In Ghana, we eat Banku. In Cameroon, fufu. South Sudan, what do you guys eat? My guys from Google Meet, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience we had today. I'm so sorry. But then I'll work on that tomorrow, and hopefully you guys should be able to download your Google Meet app tomorrow and try to figure out something, please. I'm very sorry for inconvenience. I just had to look for something creative this evening to make sure you also join. The initial plan was just Zoom, since we had close to 900 participants signing up, so it's kind of difficult for me to just bring this at the end, and I'm trying to figure out something to do. The sound and everything will be arranged tomorrow. And thank you guys so much for staying to the end. Good night. Take care. Bye. It's not leaving. Oh God, so stressed the hell out of me.